As we know, food is the basic necessity for our survival, and all our food has to come from agriculture. In other words, farming. Here we have presented three different kinds of modern farming: hydroponics, aquaponics, and aeroponics. The impact of traditional agriculture on environmental resources has led to a surge in sustainable farming practices. Our project teaches us sustainability in resource conservation, ecosystem dynamics, and sustainable agriculture. Coming to our first project, hydroponics. In this method, the plants are grown without soil. Instead, they are grown hydroponically. That is, the plants are grown in nutrient-rich water, with or without mechanical assistance. In our project, we have used the mechanical assistance of coco peat. Next, we ask ourselves, what is this nutrient-rich water and why do we need it? This water provides the plants with essential minerals and oxygen in soluble form. The major nutrients NPK and a number of micronutrients are required for plant growth, which is usually provided by the soil. But in this method, we need to additionally add the nutrients as they are not present in the water. Next, we have aquaponics. This is a food production system that combines both agriculture and aquaculture. Aquaculture is nothing but the cultivation of fish or other water-based organisms. This system is a water pump system to pump water up to the plants in the growing bed, and the excess water falls down to the fish tank. Hence the water is recycled. The fish, plants and microbes are the three main components of aquaponics. The microbes play a role of bridge in converting the fish water into plant nutrients. Here we don't need to externally add nutrients as it is obtained from the waste produced by the fish, which is sufficient enough for the plant to grow healthy. Coming to third and last project, aeroponics. In this method, the plants are grown in an air or mist environment, eliminating the need for soil. This involves the suspension of plants in a closed or semi-closed environment. And then with the help of equipment such as misters, foggers, etc., the nutrient solution is created into a fine mist and then sprayed to the roots of the plant. Here, as you can see, the mist has filled the container and is getting sprayed to the roots. In this type of farming, the size of the water droplets plays a critical role in the development of the roots. As every coin has two sides, even these kinds of farmings have their own merits and demerits. Firstly, let us know the merits. They provide sustainability in water conservation and waste reduction. Secondly, they are recommended in high-value crops such as fruits and vegetables and some spices, where the use of chemical pesticides are highly undesirable. It limits the disease transmission between two plants as the plant-to-plant contact is reduced. The plants grow in a sterile environment. In contrast, while growing in soil, the diseases can easily spread throughout the soil. Another tremendous advantage is that we can quickly remove a diseased plant without infecting or disrupting the other plants. They are best suited for urban environments and small spaces where traditional farming might not be possible. The farmers need not worry about weeds stealing nutrients from their crops. It also shortens the supply chain. These gardens are not limited by seasons and weathers and hence provide year-round growing. Moreover, in the case of aquaponics, it promotes dual production. Coming to the demerits from these kinds of farming. Firstly, the initial setup costs are very high. In case of hydroponics, there is a susceptibility to waterborne diseases. In aquaponics, the technical knowledge between the balance of fish, plants and microbes is required. It also requires regular monitoring or inspection to ensure that the system works efficiently and correctly. In terms of aeroponics, the maintenance of foggers, misters, etc. is required. It also presents a potential risk of component failure. We would like to conclude by saying that transitioning to sustainable farming methods is not just a choice, but a necessity for the future of our planet. It also promises of feeding a growing global population while safeguarding the environmental resources and ecosystems. As individuals, we can promote sustainability in our food systems by making the right choices, promoting local or organic farmers, and advocating for policies that prioritize environmental conservation. So, let us embrace the principles of sustainable farming, not only for ourselves, but for the future generations who deserve a world where agriculture nurtures the planet rather than depletes it. Together, we can cultivate a suitable future where food is plentiful, the ecosystems thrive, and